own cheerleader. Minimum of words, though, just one powerful one, as you just heard.
Solid 10. He missed this spare last week in Erie. Didn't cost him the match, but I saw him practicing it before we went on the air. He had a half-hour practice on a championship pair. Took a lot of spare shots.
Good. Okay. He's doing commentary on each of his shots now. Nice going, Walter Ray.
Well, I teased him a little bit about being voted the best spare shooter on the tour in 1990. You can't make him in a championship round, so he's taking it to heart and having a little fun with it.
Now Lawrence with a double working, shooting in the 6th frame. So now he is back in the lead. We asked him what his mindset was when he appears in a championship round.
Well, I just try to relax my body. When I step up on the approach, I take a deep breath and blow it all out and try to relax my whole body so that I make a good loose shot.
Okay. Good tip for all of our league bowlers.
Anytime under pressure, and you can see where Lawrence is playing the deep inside line. He'll drift slightly to the right over the second arrow. He leads by 6.
Lawrence, whose first title was a Bowler's Journey, Florida Open. Here is a 4-time World Horseshoe Pitching Champion, Walter Ray Williams, with a spare up trailing by 16, shooting in the 7th frame, first game.
Come on, carry.
Okay. Walter Ray was also a 3-time junior champion. Bo?
Thank you, Chris. Del Ballard, looks like Lawrence has a good chance of winning his match. He's your buddy, he's your roommate, and he says he just wants a piece of your body. You looked easy.
Well, just let him throw a Brooklyn, see how good of friends we are, you know, on TV. When I step on the approach, I don't have any friends, so we'll see what happens.
Well, he says you dog it sometimes. What do you have to say about that?
Well, look at that mustache, you know. Hey, there's some Barker there, too.
All right, back to you, Chris.
Yes, as Del said, humor off the lanes. Not so when they're up there shooting for what today will be the $30,000 first prize. Speaking of mustaches, well, we have a few here today. All right, and Walter Ray continues spare shooting with the spare there in the 8th frame. Meanwhile, his opponent from Austin, Texas, U of T hometown. He has 4 in a row, shooting in the 8th. Take a big lead here, Bo.
Right, big shot here. He can really put Walter Ray Williams on the ropes.
Slid by. He has left the 2 and the 10.
Pretty slick lane condition. This is the same shot he made in the first frame, just minus the 4-pin. He has to just do the same thing. Get the ball to the left of the 2-pin, drive it over into the 10. He can either take it off the sideboard or into the 10. Here's the action.
Trying for his second conversion in the very first frame. He was successful, and would you believe it? We have an even match in our first game. Nelson?
Debatable shot, Chris. When you have that double up, every time you lose a pin, it becomes 2 on the scoreboard. I think a little more experienced player would have hedged his action by just at least making sure he got the 2-pin and maintained that lead. Now it's all even. 2 frames left.
That looked like a standing 10 is gone, and it's a foundation strike.
The action, the 6-pin. That's the key pin. Right-hand part of your screen, 2nd pin.
Dead eyes, he's called because of his World Championship horseshoe pitching. Comes through in a strike in the 9th. You know, in 1989, Bo, he went to the White House and helped President George Bush dedicate a new horseshoe pitching court.
I know a friend of mine, Bill Courtwright, who's from St. Louis, who makes his Deadeye horseshoes for him, gave me a pair of brass ones. He presented them to George Bush, but right now he'd like to present himself with a strike. The match is all even, 10th frame.
Walter Ray, who had a three-bagger in midpoint of the match. Now he is strung too late when it really counts, as Del Ballard, the next opponent, keeps warming up off to our right. You hear pinfall occasionally.
Well, the match is in favor of Walter Ray Williams right now. The best he can shoot is 221. He cannot shut out Robert Lawrence. Remember, Lawrence was voted by his fellow members as the clutch player of the year in 1990. He'll have to prove it again here in 91. Walter Ray, 11th frame.
Come on, carry.
Walter Ray has not won since Edmond, Oklahoma in 1987. 30th television appearance for the star. Concentrating, checking, overhead, score sheet.
Walter looking at those pins. He wants to make sure everyone is on spot. All 10 pins in equidistant, equilateral triangle on 12-inch centers. He needs to knock all 10 down to guarantee himself at least a tie. Wouldn't have made much difference where those pins were set up that time, Chris, as he gets 6 on his last count. 217, he's put Lawrence on the spot. Yes. Lawrence needs 2 strikes and 7 to win. Anything less, it's Walter Ray Williams Jr.'s match.
Positioning himself carefully, left of center. Robert Lawrence, right lane.
One of the most admirable qualities in a professional athlete, and absolutely a must in professional bowling, is the ability to perform in the clutch. The talents are so equal out here that if you can't perform under pressure in the 9th and 10th frames, you will soon leave the tour. Both these players have done quite well so far. Lawrence needs 1 more strike and 7 to win.
Walter Ray is finished at 217.
His thoughts about that final shot where he got 6 pins has opened the door for Robert Lawrence. Lawrence with 7 or better would meet his roommate, Del Ballard Jr., in the second match.
Made it by 1. Made it by 2. He won by 219 to 217. ABC Sports presentation, Professional Bowlers Tour will return after this message and a word from our ABC stations.